Hey, Woodburn, Oregon residents, have you ever wondered about the water quality and what's going on with it in Woodburn, Oregon? I have wondered for years, starting back to the early 90s. Been in this town, been affiliated with it for a long time. Seen its good years, seen its bad years. Here in the last 5 years, that town is so far out of proportion, who knows what's going on. But what I can tell you, from the early 90s, there's always been interest in what's going on with the water. And we've all been interested in find out. But how does an average person start from A and finish all the way to Z? How do we test the water? Who do we talk to? Well, let's start with this. First of all, we've got a few list of names here. A group of buddies and I who grew up in Woodburn years and years and years ago, we started noticing some strange things in Woodburn. Now, the water quality since the 90s has changed a lot. We didn't have 4 major water treatment stations like we do now. The water used to be regular ground hard water. There's nothing wrong with well water. There is absolutely nothing wrong with hard water. It's got minerals in it. Well, yeah, I remember when I was a kid in Woodburn, Oregon, the shower stalls and the sink would get that yellow run. It would all be from the water. It's because it has sulfur and all those minerals in it. Well, it has since been taken out. Hence all of the water treatment plants that have been put into that town in the last few years. Now, the reason I made this video is very serious accusation about the water quality and causing cancer. This is just pre-COVID, guys. I said pre-COVID. Late 2017, 2018. 4 of my good friends, which are my age, that were all the way from their late 20s to early 20s, had contracted cancer. And these people were perfectly healthy. They weren't born with any kind of nonsense, no medical conditions whatsoever. Good, healthy people. I've known these people for 30 years, guys. All of a sudden, one after another, within 6 months, caught cancer, went through the whole treatment process, went into remission, lost all of their hair, and actually recovered. Hence the reason they don't drink the city water anymore. And I'm sure they'll never will. Some of them have kids now, and they sure as hell won't be drinking the city water either. It is a big deal. And you'll probably go, well, I have wondered about the city water quality. And it is. A lot of people are talking about it. Especially in this last year, it's starting to get fired up again on the online faceplant groups. So what is going on with the water quality? Well, guys, we have to take into consideration Woodburn, Oregon is an old town. The only reason that town is there in the first place is because of the railroad. That is a railroad town. Second of all, that is a hub migrant town for farming. Farming has always been involved in Woodburn, Oregon. That's why it is, and it will always be involved in farming. The whole perimeter of Woodburn, Oregon is agriculture. It always will be. Different kinds of agriculture. You've got berries, hops, regular plants. We've got nurseries. We've got corn, wheat. Anything that you can grow in the valley is around 97071. Thinking about it, 40 years ago, all the way till now, herbicides and pesticides have been sprayed in that town. Not to mention the Pudding River. The Pudding River, guys, never used to look like that. That's the reason they call it the Pudding River. It used to be clean and clear, kind of like the one you see back there. You could drink from it. So what's happened? Can you imagine all the years of spraying, all the years of runoff in agriculture? That's where we're getting our water quality from. We didn't used to have these treatment plants in Woodburn. It used to be just pure groundwater. Now, whether that water was better for us then or it is now, who's to say? I have a list of names here, guys. This is another purpose for this video in the first place. Quite a few people have reached out and said something that they swear up and down that there is something going on with the water. Bad taste, bad smell, maybe a fog in the water that goes away after a while after it's out of the tap. A lot of these people that are suspicious of the water, they shower in it, wash their hands, but they do not drink it. This is nothing new. I remember seeing my neighbor get those big old blue things and swirl them around and pour them on there. They've been doing it since I was a little kid. Now, why would they do that? Wouldn't just be something to do, go down there and buy tap water, would it? Why can't we use the water out of the faucet? Is it not good enough to drink? Anyway, what I want, what we're working on currently, is to grow this list of names that I have here. I know there's a lot of people that are interested in hearing about this. We plan to actually later on this year come out with pH tests in different parts of the city. Folks, think about the old infrastructure downtown on Front Street, on both sides of the railroad tracks, east and west. There's a lot of old pipes, a lot of old buildings. This place is ancient. A lot of those systems, unless they go haywire in the middle of the night, spring leaks, those old pipes from the 1800s, early 1900s, 40s, 50s, 60s, they don't get touched until they break. They don't get re-updated constantly every 20 years. They only get changed when they break. Or we need to expand to carry more water to the other side of town. I don't know if you remember, but years and years ago, we used to have 2 water towers. They finally took the other water tower down years ago, but that's all Woodburn had back in the day. Old galvanized tank with old pipes. All those pipes that fed that original water tower are still underground and they're still in service. Like I said, if you have any questions or any comments or anything you want to add, please get a hold of me. Leave me a comment. We would love to hear it. Later this summer, when we get into the dry heat and water starts to dry up on the surface, that's a good time to do tests. That's what we'll be doing. I hope to hear more from you guys. If you have anything, and I mean anything at all, feel free to reach out. We'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.